Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going, family? I really do pray that you are really well and that you are moving in your own sovereignty. And what that means is you're moving in your own narrative, you're moving in your own mind, that you're not one of these sheep who's being told one thing and you believe it, but you're questioning everything. Because ignorance, family, is what is going to get so many people caught up. And there's enough information out there. There's enough truth out there, and it's easy for you to discover. Try and discover it before they erase it all. Although I personally believe, okay, Errol, all right, okay. We acknowledge the ancestors in the wind. There's enough information out there, family, for you to know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And it's not even trying to go out there and research, although you can just put in key words, but go deeper, because so much is being, even the search engines right now are pushing a certain propaganda. But what I've found is that as long as I'm a vibrational match for the truth will always find me. And as long as I'm on that vibration of actually seeking the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, then the truth will always find me, family. So for you who are wondering, how do I find the truth? How do I know what's really going on? Be a genuine magnet for wanting to know the reality of things. And then be prepared for one crazy ride, family. And as I go deeper into the narrative and how Africa, it literally was a spell that was put over us. And we're told this by the ancient ones, that they called it a spell of sleep. Because maybe our first eye was shut down. But it was also like a spell of, a spell of disconnection. Let me know what you think it was in the comments below. But it had to do with our story. It had to do with totally eradicating our story, stealing all our information, whitewashing our story, demonizing our story so that we're ashamed of it. It had a lot to do with manipulating the operation system of this body. Because it's the spirit having this human experience through the operation system of the mind and the emotions. So if you mess with the emotions and you totally mess with the mind or reprogram the mind, you can move someone into a whole different reality. But apart from this, the main way that Babylon has maintained control over Africa is by forcing us to put them on our main stage. Nearly all the media houses belong to Westerners. And you know, the way the news used to happen back in the day, this is how we were trained for this time of like even one global press, whatever, propaganda unit. Because the way long time the newspapers used to work in Africa, I don't know if it's like this where you're from, is they take maybe 1 or 2 or perhaps 5 or maybe 10 local stories. And then all the other stories, they just pit, Associated Press and Reuters and all these people would send them. And they'd pick these stories to fill up the newspaper per se. But what it did in actuality is it put Babylon on everyone's main stage. And it put our own motherland and our own desires for the motherland on a side stage somewhere that didn't have lightning, that didn't have no microphones, that was just raggedy. Babylon maintains control by keeping us on the main stage. And what they're trying to do right now with the whole fall of Babylon is to have the whole world focus on that. And kind of stop our lives for that. When Babylon should be on a side stage where you're here, you've come to see this performance. You're here for this experience, which is why a lot of us on the motherland were born. But, okay, this is going on in Asia. All right. This is going on in Babylon. All right. You may stop there for a little while and check it out, but you've got your main stage where your world and your time and your story is unfolding. Babylon has made us their main stage for so long, to the point now where the majority of our holidays are either the religious holidays of Babylon, the New Year's holidays of Babylon, all those things. Even now guys are practicing Valentine's Day and Halloween. So Babylon is on the global main stage. And they're hoping that this will shield them from destiny, but it won't. Like I was being told, how many Mzungus have moved into Africa? A lot of places where you couldn't buy land, like in Tanzania, on certain islands, even here in Kenya. A lot of communities are being built up, gated up, because everyone can see that Babylon's collapse is imminent. But what about putting the motherland on our main stage? And actually starting to even conceptualize what we want for ourselves. What kind of new we want for ourselves. Because if Africa keeps Babylon on the main stage, then we will be rolled into the new world order. And with where the minds of the youth are going and the way information is spreading so quickly among Africa and the connections are being made and across the world, there's this like global black nation right now, the new breed of African, with the connections that are being unbreakable connections, that is going to manifest as something. Oh. And we just have to hold our minds steady, because our mind is where, that's how we're direct, that's how we're contributing to putting the motherland back on our main stage with our own ideas, by putting the motherland back on our individual stage. And I'm going to do a separate show on Dr. Mumbi's spiritual show, so definitely check it out, talking about who is on your main stage. Are you even on your own main stage? Or are you on some side stage, family? And the main stage of your life is what Babylon is telling you is coming. Or is toxic family, or is whatever. Because we're in an individual and collective like transformation and warfare and everything. The more we change, the more the collective changes. Our own inner transformation, if we can get ourselves on our main stage, then trust me, the motherland will also come onto our collective stage. The more we love ourselves, the more we love Mama Africa, and the more we love our people. And the conversations we should be having should be the ones that help us love each other more. By explaining to us why there's this animosity that has been perpetuated among us, this jealousy, this envy. By looking it in the eye and realizing there are betrayers among us, because we're not just one nation. We're a people of multiple nations. There are those that I've said it before, there are 4 or 5 nations here among the melanated. I'm concentrating only on the melanated. There's the fire nation, the water nation, the air nation, the earth nation, the ether nation. But we have to start breaking down all those falsities. And I think the next one, now that Babylon is drawing back, then I'm hoping the major conversationalists or the major so-called influencers of the continuous awakening of our people will now start to focus on us. That's the part where we're clearing the wheat from the chaff, family. But those are stories for the day. Special shout out to every single person that supports us on Patreon. Definitely consider supporting us there so that we can continue to bring you the awakening news. I hope you're subscribed to both the Dr. Mumbi Show and the Dr. Mumbi Spiritual Show. And remember, if you'd like to advertise with us, get in touch, mumbi.saraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja.